Good morning and welcome to Top of the Morning by Mint, your daily shot of sharp business intel, global trends and market movers. It's Thursday, June 19th. I'm Nelson John. From the Fed holding fire to FASTag cutting costs, and Trump playing peacekeeper between nuclear neighbors. It's been a week of bold calls and big signals. Add in SEBI's market makeover and a digital twist to US student visas, you've got a global power play in motion. Welcome to Top of the Morning by Mint. Let's break it all down. The US Fed hit pause once more. For the fourth time this year, the Federal Reserve kept interest rates unchanged, holding steady at 4.25% to 4.5% amid what it called diminished but elevated economic uncertainty. Fed Chair Jerome Powell pointed to lingering effects of President Trump's tariffs as a key factor. Uncertainty peaked in April, he said, but it's still with us. The central bank's updated dot plot suggests a possible 0.5% rate cut later this year. But inflation remains a worry. Goods inflation, Powell warned, may tick up through the summer. Even as the job market cools, labor dynamics are shifting. Demand is softening, supply is shrinking, largely due to lower immigration. Yet, Powell noted layoffs are low and unemployment remains stable at 4.2%, calling it a sign of equilibrium. Despite the steady tone, markets wobbled. The Dow dropped 260 points, Nasdaq fell 138, and the S&P 500 slipped nearly 38 points intraday. Meanwhile, the dollar gained modestly. The Fed's message here? It's staying cautious, watching the data and inflation before making its next move. Here's some good news for India's road trippers. Starting August 18th, the government will roll out a 3,000 rupee FASTag based on annual pass for private vehicles, a move which is aimed at easing the pinch of high toll charges on national highways. Announced by Union Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari, the pass will cover up to 200 trips or last a full year, whichever comes first. It's a transformative step towards seamless and cost-effective travel, he posted on X. Activation will be available via the Raj Marg Yatra app and NHAI's official site. Now, the scheme is tailored for non-commercial vehicles like cars and jeeps and aims to cut wait times, disputes and congestion at toll plazas, especially on stretches with booths every few kilometers. Users may also get additional discounts on select routes. The move comes as toll charges continue to rise, up over 3% in FY25, with another 4% hike expected next year. Now, a Delhi-Mumbai one-way drive could cost up to 3,000 rupees in tolls alone. But don't worry, concessionaires won't lose out. The government will absorb any shortfall in revenues. Plus, a GNSS-based tolling system is on the way, making the future of road travel not just cheaper, but also smarter and quicker. In a rare diplomatic gesture, US President Donald Trump hosted Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir at the White House on Wednesday, thanking him for not going into war with India. I was honored to meet him, Trump said after the lunch meeting, notably held without any senior civilian officials from Pakistan. Prime Minister Modi just left. We're working trade deals with both India and Pakistan. Two smart people, two big nuclear powers decided not to go to war. That's a win, Trump said. Now, this marks the first time the US president has held direct talks with a Pakistani military chief in such a high-profile setting. Trump also said they discussed Iran. They know Iran very well and he agreed with me, Trump remarked, without going into the details. Back home, Pakistani leaders are walking a tight diplomatic rope. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has voiced support for Iran amid escalating tensions with Israel, calling on the global community to help stop the conflict. Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar claimed Iran is open to dialogue if Israel ceases its strikes. With nuclear neighbors avoiding conflict and new trade deals on the horizon, the geopolitical balancing act in South Asia just got more delicate. The US just reopened its gates for international students, but with a new catch. Your social media is now fair game. The State Department on Wednesday lifted last month's freeze on student visa appointments, but added a controversial condition. All applicants must now make their social media accounts public for review. Any posts deemed hostile to the US, Its culture, institutions, or founding values could be grounds for denial. If you refuse to make your profiles public, it may be seen as hiding something, the department warned. Now, officials say this enhanced vetting ensures thorough background checks for all students and exchange visitors. With fall semesters fast approaching, students had been anxiously waiting for their visa restart. But this new rule is sparking concerns of surveillance and free speech infringement. Critics like Jamil Jaffer from Columbia University's Knight First Amendment Institute says it echoes Cold War-era ideological screening. This policy turns consular officers into censors. It will chill political speech around the world, he warned. In a digital-first world, the US seems to be saying, if you want in, your online life is part of the application. India's market regulator just hit refresh on the rulebook, and it's big news for startups, investors, and even the government. In just his second board meeting, SEBI chairperson Tuhin Kantapande greenlit sweeping reforms aimed at unlocking growth and easing participation across the financial ecosystem. Now, let's start with the startup crowd. Founders will now be allowed to hold ESOPs even after their companies go public, correcting a long-standing rule that disqualified them post-IPO. It's about keeping the skin in the game, as an insider put it. SEBI, though, is playing it safe. A one-year cooling-off period before an IPO is now mandatory. On the PSU front, SEBI has cleared a path for voluntary delisting, supporting the government's disinvestment agenda. With a framework now in place, expect faster strategic exits. Alternative investment funds just got more flexible too. Co-investment vehicles, CIVs, are in, and fund managers can now advise across the board. And for global investors eyeing Indian sovereign debt, SEBI is simplifying entry and compliance, making it easier to tap into low-risk Indian bonds. Lastly, the long-simmering NSEL case may see resolution through a potential settlement scheme for brokers. All in all, SEBI just made the market more inclusive, nimble, and global-ready. That's all for today. I can't wait to be back tomorrow to bring you the next episode of Top of the Morning, packed with the latest in business news. This is Nelson John signing off. Have a great day.